Ladies and gentlemen, the dawn has come. It is time for the yearly Minecraft phase. I go through these every year at least once like most people, and with Minecraft getting a PS5 edition recently, or at least, you know, somewhat recently, I decided why not platinum Minecraft today again. I got the platinum on the PS4 version over a year ago now, and it was a load of fun, but I already had like half the trophies in that video, so this truly is a real platinum video on Minecraft today, starting from complete scratch. But as you all know, we are almost at 1 million subs, and if we do hit 1 million, I have to platinum Fortnite, one of the hardest platinums out there, so make sure to drop a like and subscribe for my torture. But anyways, there's a total of 51 trophies, including the platinum for Minecraft's base list. It took me around 30-ish hours to finish, and it was some of the most fun I've had gaming recently. I absolutely love Minecraft with all my heart. Alright, enough of the glaze you heard, and we're platinuming Minecraft today. Kicking it off today, I didn't follow any trophy guides because I've played Minecraft since Pocket Edition and on every single console I've ever owned, so I already know what's up. But starting off the initial world I was going to play in today, I decided to just go with my first seed given to me for the time being. Getting some of the trophies in this game can be obviously done much easier if you are blessed with a good seed, but I wasn't too worried about that at the moment. And upon loading in, I first swapped my skin back to Steve because come on, what the actual f is this creature? Looks like Barbie if she used guy deodorant and liked mud puddles. Anyways, I got 4 trophies almost instantly from the very basics of the game, being from punching a tree to get wood, opening the inventory where we store all of our items, crafting a crafting table inside of there as well, and finally from using planks and sticks to make a wooden pickaxe. This is what we were missing from the previous Minecraft video, and it feels so special to get these trophies again. I also did use that wooden pickaxe to go mine some stone real fast and then make stone tools, which was another trophy right after from making a stone pickaxe. And I would then get yet again another trophy from making a sword this time. But anyways, moving on, the world I got put into sort of put me right next to a giant cave system immediately, so I just underwent the usual gearing up. The main goal of any Minecraft platinum run is to get all iron tools and armor and then diamonds as soon as possible because it just speeds up everything else with the easy difficulty going down greatly. But before I did do much of that, once I was just in this cave, I did end up killing a monster, which was another trophy. And this place was filled to the absolute brim with them, just like your mother was after It's Illusion making a mom joke in 2025. We really are never changing, huh? Anyways, I had mined some iron at this point, and I wanted to smelt it as soon as possible to start my upgrade cycle. And upon crafting a furnace, you get yet again another easy and simple trophy. After I did smelt the iron, it also gave me a trophy from smelting iron, so we truly are just farming these out right now. I'm getting very hard sitting here. But then the trophies did die down for about 20 minutes to the dot to be exact, because I sort of got every single immediate trophy and then began to explore this cave more in depth. And this cave is actually shockingly good looking back at it. However, due to my spawn being basically inside of it, I had little to no food and I had to resort to eating rotten flesh like an absolute animal. Probably smells like my ex-girlfriend's. Okay, I gotta stop, I'm sorry. Anyways, this mine did yield me a considerable amount of iron like I was saying. I actually ended up getting full iron armor very fast, and I think I got it so fast the game didn't even realize it because I walked around for a minute or two with the full suit on before the Iron Man trophy popped from wearing a full suit of iron armor. And only 2 minutes after that trophy did pop, I ended up finding my first diamond of the day. And with all the updates Minecraft has had, it made getting diamonds very, very easy, spawning all over the place in these big ass caves. You know, back in my day, we had to strip mine for hours. The kids will never know the pain, I swear. So already in this world, I had a good setup of full iron and extra, by the way. Diamonds already, and this cave was amazing. I honestly couldn't have asked for a better start. Oh yeah, I ended up getting fucked in the butt by the warden. Fitting considering what happens in prisons. Low-key though, I love this kill via explaining how I died. It sounds like my explanations to things, gotta love the creativity. So upon seeing that ultimate failure of staying alive, I wasn't even gonna bother to go find my stuff because it was so far down in the mines, I had no clue where I died and I was not keeping track of my steps at all. Which led me to dropping that world and beginning the real Minecraft experience of finding a suitable world to actually play and care about. I first began the ritual of finding or attempting to find a good world to set up my base in, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm a basic bitch, so I was looking for the standard oak tree forest without anything crazy happening around it. Also, to the guy that pulled out in front of me in traffic today, I hope you fall down the stairs and break your neck.
What did he say?
Okay, sorry for that sidetrack, but I legitimately got given the same biome, almost near identical worlds, 4 times in a row while making new worlds for my ideal setup. I honestly thought for a second I was accidentally just replaying the same world over and over, but I wasn't, so no, I was not. On my 5th setup, however, I got a mushroom biome, which is okay, but personally, I'm not a huge mushroom fan in real life, so I ain't about to live in a mushroom house. On my 6th try, however, I did get the ideal biome I was looking forward to play with for the rest of the game. And I ran with it, baby. I also got another trophy instantly from killing a cow and getting leather called Cow Tipper, so that's a W. But then I spent the next 2 hours or so setting up my base first because I had my fun in the mines and I no longer yearn for it. I know, a shocker. So my initial house plan was to build this birchwood thing, but after getting it structured out, I thought it looked as lame as being an Ohio State fan. So I just tore it all down and ran around the nearby biomes for a cooler area. And I actually found this little cherry blossom patch that I had never seen before in Minecraft. So I was like, hell yeah, let me make a base out of this stuff, which is exactly what I did. died. It took me like an hour of cutting down trees, replanting because we got to preserve the environment, smelting glass for windows, gathering cobblestone for accents, but eventually I got it mostly made and I decided to go venture in the mines after establishing a solid base. I would alter this periodically as I played, just FYI, so it ended up looking much better at the end of my platinum run. Anyways, I began to mine as I said, doing the classic staircase method. I didn't get far though because I came back up to just flatten out some land at the top of this mountain I was on so I could set up a farm later for wheat and sugarcane, because you need both of those for trophies in the list. I also did finally end up starving myself to get the iron belly trophy out of the way, and because I was on easy mode, this took forever to get done with and it was kind of annoying. After that though, I did go back to eating normal food and I immediately shoved a cooked pork chop down my gullet, which popped me a trophy from eating a cooked pork chop. I then went back to making my farm and I honestly made it way too big because I was afraid of it being too short, and spoiler, I would end up barely even using half of it, so yeah, I feel like a retard right now.
Oh my god!
In the mines after, however, I went on a very intense diamond search because it was time to upgrade my little skinny white ass for good. And at first I had a slow start, but eventually I ran into a big ravine underground and there was diamonds everywhere. It was crazy. I left with almost 20 in my pocket at the end of it. Before leaving though, I got a trophy from just finding 17 out of 40 biomes. I guess biomes reach even underground because I was just casually pursuing the land and it popped, which is definitely something. Back up on the surface, however, I did craft a diamond sword and pickaxe, then a ton of armor with it, and looking back at this footage, I had way over 20 diamonds now that I'm seeing it again. I'm simply humbling myself, and it's not because I played this game to platinum a week ago and forgot. I don't know what you're talking about. This construction of tools, however, did lead to me getting 2 more trophies. One called More Tools from constructing one type of each tool, and this also gave me the time to farm out a trophy from using planks and sticks to make a hoe. But I didn't make a diamond hoe because you never spend diamonds on a hoe. Some of you boys should listen to that quote and use it in your life, on God.
That's what I'm saying.
So yeah, now that I have full diamonds done with, I did regretfully go back and finish my farm setup. It took me way longer than I want to say it did, and I won't even say it. I also did set up a cow pen down below my base on the hillside where I'm going to slaughter them by the masses for books so I can get level 30 enchantments to help me on my quest even more. Speaking of the quest, the real goal of the platinum for Minecraft is to just beat the Ender Dragon. I assume that most of you know this already, and that's all that you have to do for the base game, so that's nice. And speaking of just the base game, by the way, get this video to 10,000 likes and I'll get all the other trophies in it, which is like 80 plus other DLC trophies. Please like the video. I love making Minecraft platinum content, I can't lie. So yeah, back to the game. I started to fill up my cow pen, and obviously the method is just dragging a few of the OGs, and then you just start making them bang it out and make babies, then repeat that until death. Upon breeding the first pair, you also get a trophy, and here it is. After doing a bit more breeding and cow farming, I then decided it was time to make my nether portal because I can do that, and I could for a while at this point, but I saw no need. The only real thing you even need in the nether is blaze rods, although you can use it to get XP very fast with quartz farming, and you can also find a surplus of endermen on occasion if you're in the right biome for it. And I almost forgot, but there is also that whole big trading thing with those like pigman people. But for now, I just went to some nether portal structure half-made things around the area I was in because there's a few of them scattered about. I grabbed the obsidian I needed, went back to my base, and just plopped the sucker down right next to my house. Maybe not smart, but I don't care. It worked out fine. The trophy popped after I constructed it. I also used the leftover obsidian. I had to go make an enchantment table right after. Here's that trophy pop as well. And of course, when you make an enchantment table, you need to make bookshelves as well to improve its stats. So I made one of those, which was also another trophy. I then did go into the nether for the first real time today, and I got a pretty good nether spawn. There was a big ass fortress and skeleton enderman biome right by my spawn. However, I was kind of up high and I had to scale down to get to everything, which was a bit annoying. Also, since I don't have a single enchanted item yet, I got my ass handed to me by skeletons, which are the most annoying goddamn thing in this game. I genuinely despise them with a passion. Returning back to the real world, however, I just got a trophy from turning wheat into bread. Totally random trophy, but hey, here it is. I then decided to not return back to the nether until having good enchantments because I wasn't about to die in there. Literally the worst place to die in. So I just began to run around the area near my house and far away from it, to be honest. Trying to both find cows, perusing around for leather, but also sugarcane so I didn't have to wait for my farm to grow it because it was taking forever. On the journey, however, I did kill a creeper with arrows, which is a trophy for some odd reason. I also did tame a few wolves, but the trophy for taming wolves requires 5 of them, and I couldn't find 5 quite yet. And I also did swim across a big ocean, and my wolf pack got left behind. Rest in peace for real. But back at the base after being satisfied with my plunders, I got some easy trophies real fast before beginning anything else. One from just baking a cake in the game called The Lie, shout out to American Diets. Then from constructing a dispenser, which is very easy. And finally, I crafted and placed a sign for another trophy. Now this was an icon in the previous Minecraft video where I had you all guess what I typed in on the sign, and we are going to do that again. So here's the first 2 letters. Take your best guess, winner gets my channel. Anyways, I got one more trophy a bit later before beginning the nether and end grind. And it was just from catching and cooking a fish, so super basic, and here's that trophy pop. But then I did begin to go into the nether for the first real time. And I was mostly just going after the blazed rods, but also just XP in general because you do need a ton of it to get everything to a level 30 enchantment. And while doing these both, I did get a few trophies. First, from just getting a blaze rod, which isn't that hard to do, and here's that. I then got another one called Staying Frosty from swimming in lava while having a fire resistance potion on. And I got one of these potions while I was trading with the pigment people in the Nether. This is the real best way to get ender pearls as well, by the way, if you don't already know. But I decided to just drink that potion real fast and nail it out, so here it is. I also finally managed to get the Return to Sender trophy after many tries, hitting a gas fireball back at it and killing it. And it's kind of weird how hitting a fireball in this game works, though, to be honest. It never feels solid, but it's alright. I guess I got the trophy anyways. But yeah, that was pretty much it for the trophies I got in the Nether. I did gather a ton of blaze rods in my journeys. I also came back numerous times to grind out XP, trade with more pigment, and I finally got lucky and managed to scavenge up a total of 13 ender pearls, which I then made all of them into Eyes of Ender. I also backed up my game save on the cloud so I could go find the ender without worrying about using up my Eyes of Ender. And I'm not gonna lie, this was a pretty genius move because finding that damn room took me so long. I was so off as to where I was, and I used up way more Eyes of Ender than needed. But once I did finally land my white ass in the room, I snapped a photo of the coordinates, reset my save data to before I went on the journey, and just traveled there to not waste any Eyes of Ender so I could fight the Ender Dragon right now. Upon placing all the Eyes of Ender and jumping into the portal, the trophy from entering the end then popped. And all I had to do here was then beat the Ender Dragon. Now I'm a seasoned veteran, as I said, so beating it was no issue whatsoever. My way of going about it was to climb to the tallest tower and take out its beacon, then shoot all the others that are exposed, and after that just climbing up to the caged in ones and taking them out one by one. I then just battled the Ender Dragon as he was resting, and I killed him very quickly. You don't get the Kill Ender Dragon trophy right away though, which is kind of an L, and instead you have to jump back through the portal for it to pop, which is just awkward. But with that finished, the remainder of trophies are all sort of random. A few are a bit tedious and hard, but overall it's not that bad, to be honest. I first just made an iron golem, which is very simple and straightforward, although with inflation it cost a lot and I'm sad inside, but here's a trophy pop. I then just used shears to get wool from a sheep, which was pretty easy, and with my insane diamond sword I had with a ton of sharpness on it, I just jump attacked an enemy and it dealt over 9 hearts of damage for a trophy called Overkill, which I was sure I was going to have to make a potion of strength for, but your boy's been hitting the gym apparently. Anyways, I then farmed a trophy called the Haggler from getting 30 emeralds from a villager, and I chose the ore route from just getting a ton of coal, iron, and gold, then trading it repeatedly for emeralds, and the dude's stock is now gone, but I got the trophy, so suck it, villagers. The next trophy I farmed out was called Chest Full of Cobblestone. Boy, oh boy, do I remember this one. You have to mine enough cobblestone to fit inside of a single chest and fill it all the way up. Now, this isn't hard by any means, and thanks to my W pickaxe, it went even faster, but still, it was very silly. Upon filling the chest all the way, though, the trophy pops, and here it is. And with Minecraft's new updates, you can now craft saddles, which is awesome. I still recall the days where you couldn't do this, and this next trophy from riding a pig would have been 10 times harder if you had to find the saddle yourself. But the trophy is gotten by just riding a pig and making it fall off of a cliff and take damage, essentially, which I did easy enough, and bye-bye Mr. Bacon. I was then finally able to find my 5th wolf for another trophy, which popped right here. I brewed a potion easily enough for another trophy, crafted a flower pot and placed it for yet again another easy one, and I just made charcoal for yet again another easy trophy. But my next one from curing a zombie villager wasn't quite so simple. And the hard part wasn't even curing him, it was just finding one. I swear to God, I couldn't find a zombie villager for the life of me when searching for one. But as I played normally, I found them all the damn time. This was literally that one meme and I can't believe it happened to me. But curing a zombie villager is actually super easy. All you do is splash a potion of weakness on him, and then you throw a golden apple at the guy to cure him. I had both also, which was nice, and the trophy popped right here. I then farmed out some music discs down here as well in the caves from having skeletons kill creepers, and it was kind of balls to be honest, but I ended up getting way more music discs than I thought I would. They were all the same type though, unfortunately. And let's give it a listen just for old time's sake. Yeah, okay, yeah, still better than anxiety. But here's a trophy from playing it in a music box. Now in my previous Minecraft video, I had to use split screen for a few trophies, which I also did have to do again today. They still haven't upped the distance of mob despawns in the PS5 version, which is just a tragedy for this trophy called Sniper Duel. Before that though, I did just throw diamonds at myself for the diamonds to use trophy. But back to the Sniper Duel trophy, this is that trophy from killing skeletons from 50 meters away. And after 50 meters, if you're wondering, they actually despawn. So I made this neat little contraption, lured a skeleton inside of it, blocked him in, and I had my alt account sit outside in another enclosed cage. Then I just shot the skeleton till hitting it and killing it for the trophy. Very easy, but just annoying that you still need 2 controllers for it, I can't lie. Anyways, next trophy I got is, in my opinion, the worst one in this main game's base list. Rainbow Collection. It's gotten from gathering all 16 colors of wool in the game. Now you can get about 12 of them no problem with flowers that are easily gotten, combining bone meal with the other dyes, but the last 4 or so require a cactus to make green dye, and again, I just could not find a f***ing desert to save my life. I'm pretty positive this was the exact same problem I had last last time, and it's hilariously evil that they carried it over to this game's version to torture me once more. I spent over an hour running around trying to find a desert and had absolutely zero luck. It was so bad that I eventually just made a new world, and I kept on making them until it gave me a damn desert spawn off the rip because I could not be asked to search one more time. Made the green dyes that I needed and the respectable colored wool that I also did need. And this does transfer over across worlds if you're wondering. Here's a trophy pop. My last two trophies for the platinum were then called On a Rail and Passing Time. On a Rail isn't hard, and you just need a ton of iron to make a 500-meter rail track and then ride it all in one direction. Yes, like the band, but minus the dead guy because we didn't fall off the track and the trophy popped right here. However, passing the time is not so simple, and it requires us to play for 100 days total. Now, if you look at my day counter, I wasn't even close to that, but this trophy also does not go off of the counter, but rather just time played in the game. And if you ever sleep, it doesn't like speed up the days that you need. You just need to spend a total of about 33 hours in game, which is how long it would take for 100 days to pass without sleeping, so including nights pretty much. And as you could guess, I was just AFK the entire time. I legitimately just left my PlayStation on every night this past week while sleeping, hoping that it would eventually pop as I rested my gorgeous head. And hey, look, it did with the Minecraft Platinum Trophy popping also. So that was the Minecraft Platinum Trophy Experience PS5 version. I absolutely love playing this game and getting the platinum on it. I could do it like once a week probably. Okay, maybe not, but I would if you guys wanted to see it. But yeah, that's all for today. Got a special video coming out next week along with some more special stuff on the way. They've been calling me special needs with how much of a W the coming video lineups are. I'm about to start coming chromosomes.